What is up, my trippy hippies? What is up? It's Tammy coming to you live from my office. Had to set some things that I needed out of the way. I know I'm a few minutes late. I'll give y'all a few seconds to jump on here, but we are live today. And I have on an old school favorite shirt, my Blessing Hearts and Dropping Farts shirt. So here we are, Sunday morning, Sunday sermon. I'm back in action. I was planning to go see my brother today, but something's going on there. I got a message from my dad this morning that said, your brother called and said to tell you not to come visit him. He was not feeling good and did not want to visit. You know how families are. So I'm not going to let it bother me. And the universe is letting me know that this is what we need to do today. So good morning, good morning, good morning. And do me a couple of favors. There's always more fun with friends. Say hello and tell us where you're watching from today. And drop us a grateful fed in the comments. We haven't had Sunday sermon here in a minute, so I'm really excited to be back. It's probably going to be a good one today, a long one today. I feel like it. Like it's going to be a whole hour probably. So get you something to drink. I'm going to also... something that I have been, interestingly enough, trying to get back in flow, right? We talk about that all the time about getting back in flow. I've been out of my journals a little bit, and I got back into journaling really hot and heavy the last couple of weeks. Just had to get a lot of stuff out of my head. We've talked about it here. I've encouraged you all to do it with the check-in journal, if nothing else. And I was coming in today, and I was like, I really had not planned on doing Sunday sermon. So it was one of those things where I'm like, not doing Sunday sermon this week. I'm sure that something out here to and from my travels to the beach to see my brother. He's in Sussex. Many of you know that, right? He's in Sussex at jail. I go see him. I try to go see him once a month. I make a very concerted effort to do that. And so he has been, I'm just going to be honest with y'all because I'm a little upset about it. I'm going to get it out of my head like we do in journals, right? Like we do in journals while this stuff bounces around. So I give him some money for his commissary every month. Like he has a set amount. Like you have $50 a month. That's what I'm going to give you. That's what I feel comfortable doing. Don't ask for any more. Like that's what you got this month. That's what I've given you. That's what as a sister I can do for you to make sure that, you know, the time you spend there paying for whatever you did, that's what I can do for you. So the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months, he has been, I need $25 more. I was like, and I've been, no, you cannot have it. I get it. All I can do is ask. And so I was coming to visit today, and he had asked for money the last 3 days. Like he's been blowing my phone up, begging for money. I said, Jamie, I do not have it. I'm sorry, because I don't. I literally, we have been we're 3 months late opening the truck, and I don't have it. Like I'm, you know, I used a gift card to buy my breakfast this morning to eat this truck open. That's where I'm living right now. I mean, we've all been there. Can I get a hallelujah, amen? I don't just come and say the universe is full. It's full of abundance. It is. But there are times when you have to like button your belt buckle a little bit, right? And that's what it is. That's what it is. And I was like, no. And so, and then my brother, I made the visit with my sister and my dad, and neither one of them were going today. They had other things they had to do today. I always make the appointment. I always make everybody's appointment just in case they can go, blah, 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 right? And then they weren't going today. He called me asking for money. I told him no. So he feels like he is manipulating. I mean, I know how it's going on. I know what he's doing, that he is manipulating because he knows my guilt. He knows that, and I'm going to cry today talking about it because I do love him and I'm very worried about him always being in jail. So he will give me some story about like, I had to get some ramen because I can't eat, and this guy's going to beat me up if I don't get the money to him. And then this morning, you know, so I said, I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm just going to tell him he's going to pit dad against it's a whole thing. He's just manipulative, and it's one of those things I got to cut it, and I got to say to him, if you can't honor boundaries and not try to play, and I know you have nothing to do other than to do this, but I send him books on like the 4 agreements, and he's like, this shit's weird. I'm like, I send him books in there, and I'm going to encourage if anybody has an extra book that you can send it through Amazon. So I'm not asking about money's tight right now, but I am going to send him next month. His $50 is going to be in books, and I'm going to say to him, I'm like, you know, I'm not going to have the manipulation. And if you would like to continue to have access to me, because I can cut my phone off of JPay, I can not talk to you. I don't want to have to set that boundary, but you're not going to manipulate my emotions and make me afraid, because that's just a low vibrating thing, and I'm not going to do it. And I'm not going to allow it to happen. And so many of us today, can I get a hallelujah, amen out there? We know we can go into a place and get our energy right. But when we step out into the world right now, the universe, just Facebook, and I'm going to talk about that too, Facebook or Snapchat or Twitter or Threads or Instagram or whatever your preferred method of seeing the world, TikTok, Reels, whatever, right? And you see all the negativity. Maybe it's just going out and going around your family. Maybe it's going around a certain group of friends. Maybe it's going around your coworkers, whatever it may be. Can you tell? I mean, also, we've got 4 people watching, and only Melanie Lewis has said good morning, and from Cartersville, Virginia, and Grateful Fed. So I'm going to need a pause for a second. I'm going to need y'all to be like Melanie. I need some interaction. So I need you to tell me where you're watching from. And I need you to drop me a Grateful Fed in the comments. This is way more fun with friends. Let's go ahead and stop for a second. Facebook hides things in the algorithm. So do me a favor, right? Drop those comments in for me. Drop me some thumbs up, some hearts, and tag a friend in the comments. Do that for me real quick. So, yeah, and I mean, it's one of those things where, hey, y'all from Epimatics, what is up? What is up? I'm not sure. I'm guessing we got a few people from Epimatics. I'm not sure who it is. I can't see it says Facebook user. So if you can, great, StreamYard permission. It's probably been a little while. So I'm here I'm journaling this out because this just happened in real time. Hello, Heather Johns. So yeah, it's taken y'all off because I have been off of this. If you're watching it, Hometown Hippie Group, I've been banned for a month. So it reset. What's up, Lori, Lulu, Franklin, Grateful Fed? I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for being here this morning. Like I said, I'm journaling out loud right now. I'm getting it out of my head because I have to. If I hold that inside all day long and I think about that all day long, I'm going to go and I'm going to send them a JPay message and be like, I'm sorry you're sick. Let me send you, it's just, it will wound me up. It will wound me up. And I don't need that. Right. One of the things that I'm realizing very much and over the last few months with the energy being weird, right, is that it's cool if you can maintain and hold space for yourself when everything is going right. Right. A lot of us have gotten to the place where, I had to get to a place where I could hold space and that I could not let things upset me and I could stay in flow when things were going right, right? When everything was kind of lining up and there wasn't a lot of animosity and there wasn't a lot of adversity or hardship, right? So many of us, like, life's good right now. There's no reason to be bad. But as soon as, right, we can handle all the negative stuff and all of that because we are in flow. But the key is, how do you do that when you can't afford to send $25 to your brother in jail, right? How do you do that when you are dealing with things are not in flow? Maybe like, right? Good morning from Farmville. Good morning, good morning, good morning. But how, where are you at in your journey? Where are you at in your kindness walk? Where are you at in your loving yourself journey, right? I watched a TikTok 2 days ago. I was just scrolling, and I'll be honest, like, I'm calling TikTok, it's like the shampoo bottle now, right? Just little videos, little fun stuff, and I'll search out topics versus just going through the feed. I tried to give permission and the option is not there. We'll just check it next time. I'm sorry, y'all. And I know it's the internet and the world is weird right now. So we're just going to go with it. I'm sure y'all can see each other in the thing. So maybe just like dash and your initials. I know your initials. So just like HJ or whoever it may be, or LL. So it's easy, right? And so many people who are, awakening and like stepping into like the mindset. Melissa DeMarco, good morning, good morning, good morning. Miss you very, very, very much, Melissa DeMarco. I miss so many of y'all because I have been banned from groups. And so many of you are just here in the group. If you've not done so already, please, please, please friend me. I would love, or follow me actually, because I think I'm about at my limit for friends. You can just follow me, and then I can see all your stuff. So, as you start this kind of this like awakening journey, just like, I want to change. I want things to be better. This self love, this self healing, this awakening journey. Um, one of the first things we start doing is like, don't sweat the small stuff. Like we let things roll off our back. We start like looking for the good in things. All of that starts happening, and we meet these people when you first start this process, right? How many of you, like, tell me in the comments? I know so many of you have been on this path with me, but I'm gonna tell y'all, like, my journey started in 2019. My mom passed away in 2018. I spent a year just like not treating myself well. I was in the bottom part of my depression, the depths of it, to where I had gotten to the place in my life where I'm like, it's now, or I'm like, either get off the pot or shit. Like, either get busy living or get busy dying. Like, make a decision, Tammy, because this is not how you want to live your life, right? And when I made the decision to actively be a participant in the change that I needed to see in my life, that was 2019. So if you have made the decision, right, to actively participate in your life and not let life happen to you, but to, be in charge of your life. So I see someone here says they started that journey in 2017. I feel like I really started that awakening journey in 2019. I had my very first Reiki healing session in that year on my thyroid. I went to the doctor. They were telling me they were going to schedule surgery for a thyroid nodule. And I just was like, I'm going to die of this thyroid thing. It's inconclusive, and it's doubled in size now because it's right here. It's right here. I don't know if I can see it or not. It's pretty big, but it had gone down, right? It had gone down. I love it. I've been struggling myself, just like you said about a week ago. I forgot who I was, but I'm back and better. Yep. 2020. I love that, Josh. A lot of people did have that awakening in that time to be an active participant during COVID. A lot of that kind of sprung from that. Yes, mine started way before that, but it was the worst in 2019. Also, I actively started following you then and have been on the ride ever since. You've been a major part of my journey in healing, and I will forever be grateful for you, because, Melanie, I'm going to tell you what, community is so important. That's what I'm going to talk about today, is this. I'm out of flow, right? When I'm out of flow, when the life's not going well, when I met those people, when I woke up, I was like, it's great. Of course, they're always happy. Of course, their life goes well. Of course, they can be attitude of gratitude. Of course, they can do these things, because look at how great their lives are. They've got partners that are supportive and like that always agree with them. They don't ever fight. They've got houses and money and cars, and they've got kids that are doing well, and they've got this and they've got that. I was comparing, right? And they say comparison is the thief of joy. And then the more time I spent really delving into my bullshit and really wakening up, I started to realize, like, they are struggling the same way I am, but they choose. In every instance, even if the world is smacking you in the face, you can choose how you respond to it. What my teacher told me was like, Tammy, the same shit is going to happen. The world is not going to change. But what happens when you go through this is that you change. And so the tire is going to get flat when you run over a nail. That's just the human experience. That's part of what you signed up for. These kind of things. However, you can choose to let that tire ruin your day and set you back for 6 months on everything. You can make that the excuse to why you didn't get to the job. You can make that excuse to why your money's not right. You can make that an excuse as to why you're shitty to people all day long and you aren't kind. Or you can say, shit happens. At least I have the resources to get it fixed. It only took me an hour. First world problems. I have a tire to get flat. I'm not walking to work. And if you change those are those micro moves we talked about, right? Those million micro moves. And I'm going to tell y'all that yes, I had a lot of the same way of thinking. It was me. I needed to be the change. Yeah. So that's the same thing, right? You would see Carly or myself or somebody else like, these bitches keep telling me to be attitude of gratitude and keep trying and keep doing this stuff. They don't know. Like, they don't know, right? We always believe that our experience is just one of a kind and that nobody knows. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. You are right. I'm going to tell you a little secret about that. All those times that you spend being like, these bitches don't know, they don't know my life. Just, how many of us have said that? Like, people don't know, they don't understand me. Like, they don't know. Like, a lot of us use that as a crutch, right? They say people don't understand. Like, they can think that they understand, but you're right. No one understands because each of us have, it's our perspective. No one else in the entire world is going to understand your perspective like you do. You're right about that, right? But it's not that we don't understand your perspective, but it's not that we don't understand the situation. Because every single person walking around this planet in a meat suit, every soul that's here that's walking through this human existence does not just walk through it with on just a bed of roses. And if you believe that, then you were buying the hype and you were living in a place where the media and social media and all the things have taught you that you're not good enough. Look at this picture. And I want you to know behind every one of those pictures is a fight in the back. How many of you who I'm working with a lot of people right now who are coming out of domestic abuse situations, who are stepping away from that. And they are going to, they post their survivor story 2 years later. And I remember the picture in the post when they posted it 2 years before about how wonderful this person was and how happy they were to be leaving on vacation. And then 2 years later, they're posting how the night before he was holding her, he was holding me that way so you couldn't see the bruises on my hands. It wasn't that he was embracing me beautifully. It was the fact that he was trying to cover up in that picture the bruises that he called 2 hours before, but they're putting it on social media that they are in love and everything's perfect and beautiful and everybody wants to believe that. And there's somebody out there who is living with an asshole going, well, I guess my life sucks because everybody else's life. Look how great he is. Look how beautiful that is. Right? We're believing the fairy tale. Okay. I'm gonna go to the comments. I don't want to get lost. I want to stop my train of thought there because I know that my messages sometimes don't stay succinct because I get too much. I'm trying very diligently to be more succinct so that the messaging lands a little better for y'all. Because some of y'all are like, I don't know where you were going with that. I'm like, I got you. Let me figure it out. I don't know sometimes either. So when you're seeing those things on social media, you don't always want to believe the hype, right? Don't let that shit like fool you, okay? And that's why when I come here, I show y'all the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because I want you to know that we are authentic and that there's a human experience. And even those of us who you look up to, like Melanie says, I'm grateful for you. There are days when my journey was struggling, but I knew that people like Melanie and Melissa and other people were looking to me and that I needed to get my shit together because there's other people out there. And that if I'm going to be a light worker and a healer and a bright light in this work, that my responsibility from source was to live my life as an example. My life might not be perfect, but I'm real and I bring it to you in real time. And then when I don't feel like I can get back up because I'm getting knocked down, y'all are the ones who I think I'm like, these people are here and I need to, if I can't do it for me, I do it for y'all. And then when I do it for y'all, because y'all do it for me, it just lifts me up and it brings me back to center. So I want you to know, for every single person out there who gives me any sort of accolades or credit for whatever I have encouraged or encouraged in you, whatever courage that you have gathered from inside of yourself to make a change for you that has been based on something that I have done. I want you to know that probably 10 times over, that some of the courage that you're getting from me, I got that courage right back from you. It's just a circle in a community. So I want you to know that. I'm going to pull Heather's comment up. I haven't read it, but I need to see it here because my eyes are little today. I had and have all the things. Those things never brought me joy. I found my joy, and those things really don't matter anymore. Be mindful of how you speak to yourself. No one knew I was a mess. Everyone wanted what I had, but couldn't see the underlying struggles to have and to hold all the things. Things called sacrifice. Make sure you're willing to lose the real things that have worth. And that's very important, right? And so, I'm getting to the point. I operated for the last couple of months probably for the last 3 weeks, from a place of, from strictly, and I don't mean just fear, I mean excruciating fear. My money was getting low. I had worked really hard. I mean, I still don't owe anybody any money. I mean, I owe people money right now, but not like the bank. Like I just owe a bill. Like, but I don't owe. Like I don't have like 100,000. Like, the bank's not coming to get anything. Right? The bank's not coming to get a damn thing. Now I will tell you, I'm about this close to taking that Volvo up to CarMax and like telling them to either give me my fucking money back or I'm gonna drive it up their ass. Because there's just something going on with the car. My AC went out. They did the check. The compressor was good. They reloaded it with Freon on Tuesday. So my car went to the shop on 4th of July. They were closed on Monday, but open on 4th of July. And I took the car in there. I spent about $200 to get all the Freon charged up. And yesterday it said Freon is gone out of your car. So I spent almost $200 on Tuesday for it to be shut down the drain to have cold air for maybe 45 minutes. And then this morning, what I was saying is like the whole thing, I was a little bit late because my car had this like engine, like to stop light, stop traffic lights not working, stop traffic light malfunction. And I put all my blinkers on. I can try that, get out of it. That thing is, I don't know how to do it. Like I don't have the warranties. Like, of course I haven't driven it 1,000 miles yet, but it was 90 days or 1,000 miles, whichever came first. I was like, I got a little time because I got this 1,000-mile warranty. I'm good on that, but it's a whole big old pain in the ass. And I'm struggling with that, right? I am pissed about it. I'm like, I spend $600 a month on a really nice Volvo with less than 50,000 miles. And there's no fucking reason why my lights are coming on. It's leaking oil, apparently, Red said. We have oil spots and the Freon's leaking out of it. And it's not, and I made the decision. I needed a car. I was super busy. And it was that time frame where I was just like just doing things and not checking the fine print. And so things like the trailer, that kind of stuff got screwed with that. Things with the car, and I was in that place where like I don't trust my intuition. The universe is like, no, you have great intuition, but you have to also have attention to detail. Here's a lesson that you have to learn, and it is a lesson. It's that tree that keeps falling in my path, and then I keep stepping around it. Like, it's fine. I'll just eat the 30 cents. I'll eat the dollar. I'll eat the whatever. And I'm like, no more. I have to step up. I have to find someone to. I don't do that. That's the stuff that I don't do. Like all old contracty, crossing T's, dotting I's. That's the part that I am terrible at, right? And I'm getting better at it. But I have been terrible at language and micro moves. Every day I am getting better and better. And every circumstance I'm getting better and better at reading the small print and making sure that I am protected and making good moves. Now, I will say this. I am getting better at it. I am getting better at it. It's a work in progress. I want to see what Melanie had to say over here. We all have to want to do better and make people believe that it is, and we all do. We see what people want us to see because some of us are or were scared to let people see the real raw truth, the real thing, the things we want to hide. You have to be true to yourself first and find who you are. The healing journey is hard and long, so don't ever give up. It is. And here's the thing, though. The more we're hiding behind those masks and the more that we're not being our authentic selves, number one, we're not the only people that we are hurting when we do that, y'all, is ourselves. Because there are people out there who want to help. There are people out there who are probably struggling through the same things you are, that are looking for the same community. And I want you to know that the programming has caused you to be embarrassed. Because here's the thing, like, we're taught that if you don't have good credit, it's your fault. You're a bad person. It's the programming. We are who we are. Humans in general. If you go out and you purchase $100,000 worth of stuff with the intentionality of filing bankruptcy, like that's I'm going to go screw these people over. I'm going to go buy these things, and then I'm going to not pay for them. That is wrong, and that makes you a shit human being. If you go out with the intent purpose of stealing, because that's what that is. But I don't believe that anybody goes out and buys a car or a house or even uses a credit card to pay for dinner or whatever you do with the intentionality of, fuck it, I'm not paying that bill. We go with the intentionality of, I'm going to take care of this. This is what I need to do the things, right? And something happens. We get behind. Maybe we don't make good choices, but if we really sit down, we control it. It doesn't make us a good person. It doesn't make us a bad person. It just makes us a human being. I don't judge anybody by that. I laugh all the time because like, oh, you get your identity stolen. I'm like, if they can improve my credit, let them have at it. I mean, I've been working on my credit. It's not bad, but I joke that all the time. But I mean, everybody is, the haves and the have-nots, y'all. The haves and the have-nots. So I see Sheila said here, setting boundaries and keeping them. Change has been brewing here for a long time, and I'm making the micro moves to stay on track. I'm very, very, very happy that you are doing that, and I'm very glad that you are doing that. You deserve to do that for yourself. And that's got to look like the boundaries and the changes need to look like what they need to look like for you, Sheila. And that's one of the things that I am working on very diligently, because that's something that I've been also working through. This is karma, and the universe works on me too. And it gives me the same lessons it gives y'all. It's that I was going to ask a question this morning instead of roll call, where are you from? And I probably should have, but the message is going to be, what is your superpower? What are you the best at? What are you great at? Every single one of us has a superpower. My superpower is wanting to fix everything for everybody. And I see the way through it. I see what I would like it to look like. And I assume that's the only way it needs to look. And I try to interject and help people in a way that helps them get on, like, stop being a victim, do this, do this, do this. That is not my job. That is taking on people's karma. That is taking people's soul contracts and not allowing them to do the things they need to do, right? So one of the things, like, I'll give you a couple of examples. Number one, my brother, for example, right? Maybe he needs to not have money. Maybe he needs to not have a visitor because he wants to manipulate. Maybe he needs that boundary set. Maybe that's the karma to help him not have to do this and 15 other lifestyles to be able to manipulate through what he's doing, his gaslighting and all of that, right? And the more that I'll allow him to do it, because I feel some kind of guilty way of trying to fix it, like, let me help him out because this is the thing he needs right now, I am stealing his karma. He might need to sit in there and eat a tray instead of getting $50 a month from me, $25 a month from my aunt, $25 a month from a cousin, $75 a week from my dad. You know what I mean? Anybody else that's incarcerated, some of them have to have a job, right? To be able to even like get a pack of nabs or have a treat on their birthday or buy a pair of socks. He's got a player and a TV and extra headphones and 4 or 5 changes of clothes that we bought. And we do those things every time there's a pack. It gets sold out for him. So we keep giving him all of these things. Maybe we're stealing his karma. Maybe I have to stop that. And that's the kindest, most loving thing that I can do. Now, it may not be even present and ever present in this lifetime. But if I have faith and trust in the boundaries and self-love and all the things, and the universe is working like it's supposed to, right? Then maybe that's going to keep him from to live this same life through more lifetimes. Maybe this is the year, this is the lifetime he gets through this contract and he realizes, and he's like, I have to be able to be a better human being, to get my shit together, to get out of jail, to do these things, right? But as long as we're all sitting, it's not my response. I'm already paying for you 3 hots and a cot, motherfucker. Like, I got to send you money too because you robbed something. Like if I really sit down and if you're not changing it, you're choosing it. And if we really take every place in our life where we're feeling out of alignment, right? Maybe you lost a job. Maybe you're upside down with your bank. If we stop and we track it back, we can find how everything that is happening in our lives is our choice. We control every good thing. We control every bad thing. We control every neutral thing. We have 100% autonomy over us. I'm not saying that you can control the fact that somebody slaps you in the face. You cannot control that. You can grab their hand, but you can only control the energy and the time and the relationship you spend with that person. So if your person slaps you in the face on Monday, maybe you can't control that, but they better not slap you again on Wednesday, because you can certainly control that. Does that make sense? Right? Heather says, I just have to say the group has helped me through the past few weeks. I had no idea how many of you paid attention to the things I say and do. It is humbling to know y'all think about me as much as y'all do. All the heartfelt messages and words of encouragement, I thank and thank you and the whole community from the bottom reaches of my soul. It means more than y'all know. We are here for everyone. When Heather's not around, Heather, don't think that every single one of y'all, like there are people, right? I have a list of people that I'm going to ask, like, I'm looking for the Sunshine Committee, because there are a lot of people who have been MIA. I wore this shirt today because for some reason, Dennis Casey, who's not been in here for a while, somebody tagged Dennis. I've not seen Dennis. I'm worried about Dennis. Dennis has an elderly father he's been struggling with. He's taking care of him and things like that. Dennis was always in here. I don't know if we hurt his feelings. I don't know if it just wasn't content, if he had something going on. But I have been so busy, I have not looked up. Mary Ellen Phillips was in that bad car accident. I need to send her a message and check on her. Penny McDowell, I haven't seen Penny in forever. She's got her grandkids back and her family's back together. She had not seen her grandchildren in like 7 years. Me and the girls were like really worried about Penny. Penny didn't really subscribe to the woo-woo at all. Like not at all. Like she very much goes to her church, and she like that's when things she came into the shop, we got the shop open, and she like saw the things, and I was like, I don't subscribe to that. I was very honest about it, and I have not seen her since. I'm a little worried about her, but I keep up with her on Facebook, and she got her kids, and she got to see her grandchildren, and they're back at her house. And even if she doesn't never buys another thing from us, never eats with us, never comes back into this group, does not have a thing to do with us. I love Penny, and I'm so like, I bawled my eye. I sat in my chair, and I'm going to do it right now. And the only thing that woman wanted, y'all, the only thing Penny wanted, and anybody, if you work for me, Sheila, because she came and saw us, she never talked about, I'll say this. I don't know. It's two things probably. She said, I don't know why I don't see my kids. They don't talk to me. She had a trauma. They just don't talk to me. I don't see my children. I don't see my grandchildren. It's breaking my heart. We had these conversations. I did say, you as an adult woman, I want you to take stock in this. And anybody out there, if you don't have a relationship with your family, you know why. And even if you don't believe you have part in it, if you really want to mend that, you better look for your piece and part in it. And I said that to her very clearly. I'm like, I don't need to know the circumstances. But I'm going to tell you that if you don't take responsibility for your role in this, you will never see them again. So I'm going to encourage, I said, whatever you do is you, boo-boo. But I'm going to encourage you to take some stock in and pray on whatever it was that what role do you play in this, right? And even if it's a part of just have to love them from a distance, right? They say, leave me alone. Honor that. Maybe you didn't listen to I don't want to talk to you right now, and you kept on, and they just went no contact. Those kind of things happen. You loved them too much. Even that, right? I said, but you need to stop and take stock in. And I don't know the circumstance, but I do know that she has seeing her grandchildren and her daughter, and they're having cookouts, and I've never seen her smile bigger in the pictures. And I don't know what's going on. I do not. It's from Facebook, but I see that she's back with her family. And whether she ever comes back to see us again, whether she ever crosses our path again, there's nothing that I am more happy for than knowing that she got her family back. There are other people who have just gone away for whatever reasons. They have not been here in a while. And here's the thing. Not everything, we say this all the time, right? Not everything is for everybody. Two things can be true. The community can be strong. We can be caring. We can believe in the power of one, and we can go out with the greatest intentions. But we are not everybody's cup of tea. We're not even everybody's shot of whiskey. We're not everybody's bong hit. We're not everybody's edible, right? We are not for everyone, and that is okay. If we were for everyone, there would only be one way to do things. But there are millions of little intentional communities and people who are coming together to find their tribe. And I encourage you all to find the place where your soul feels at rest and supported, and that feels safe and secure and supported. I hope that it's here because I want to welcome, I want to help everybody. But if this is not the place, then we're going to say, go find it. We're cheering for you. We are holding space for you. So we were talking, the talk started about knowing when your awakening journey started, and knowing that just because you see these people, it's not to do with their life being perfect, right? It's doing with their life being life, but how they respond to their life is what the difference is. And every single one of you, we talk about this. We have to feel our feelings, right? Sometimes you got to take the exit and to wallow and pity town, right? Wallow in your sorrows or pity town or whatever it may be. Wallow in your sorrows way. I was trying to think of something clever like wallow way and bitching boulevard or whatever you want to call it, right? Um, the woo woo didn't scare her. She was just specifically she gonna pray for me. She was not afraid. She would have doused me with holy water. I mean, she was like, "You do you, believe what you want." Um, it's interesting because when I first started this, I had someone come in the other day and they're like, looked around the shop and they're like, "Who is the pagan?" And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I laugh all the time. I was like, I don't call myself that. I'm not a witch. I'm not this. And somebody's like, yeah, you're all those things. I was like, well, I don't call it that. I just call it I'm just a girl in the world. I mean, I don't put labels on any of it, but it was just one of those things where, but the more that people have seen what we're about and the kindness, and it's just about the Christ consciousness is what I tell people all the time. Um, it's about living my life in a way that would be pleasing to me, and that understanding that each and every single one of us are divinity incarnate. God doesn't make mistakes, right? Universe, source, Allah, God, whatever. And if you look at the Aramaic translation of the word God, I mean, it's just the language, y'all. It's the words we use. When we have been brought into this space, this time, this lifetime, I believe that we speak things into existence by giving it a name, and we control that. But God made the universe. We are all we are vibrational creatures. It's just we're a frequency. Life is just a series of what the fucks, and it is what it is. I want to say this, Sheila. I love the fact it's what it is. But life is so much more than that. It's all in how you handle it. That's she was coming back with it. It's all in how you handle it. We all signed up for this human experience. Our soul was like up in heaven going, or up in the universe in the cosmos, just like, all right, here's the catalog of shit you want to sign up for. And your soul was like, oh, I love it. I want to be Tammy Nelson. That'd be fun. Let's see what that looks like, and let's see what I can do with that beat suit. Let's see how that rolls out of the way. The labels are necessary for the darkness to steal from the light. Yep. So don't be a label. Be highly divine, and vibration, or vibrate on the highest setting. That's what my plan is, right? My plan is to shine bright. And like I said, we started this out about talking about how it's easy to do when everything's in alignment, but how do you do it when things are not in alignment, right? What I say is that the universe is forever giving me lessons, pop quizzes, and tests, and that I might take an exit, but I am going to learn to see my way through it. Because again, the universe did not bring me this far to only bring me this far. You're a little slow. You're not a little slow, Sheila. You are exactly on time, girl. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And, that's one of the things that Carly and I have been working on in my sessions is about, me wanting to fix my superpower, right? I saw somebody up there say that their superpower was an empath. Yeah, I see that empathy is your superpower and things like that. There are, I think empathy is one. I feel like empathy is sometimes my kryptonite as well, right? I feel definitely like the empathy sometimes can eat me alive. And when I first started, like I said, in 2019, when I started this awakening journey, I had this giant thyroid nodule. I was talking about that, right? Sorry, get back on track. And they told me I had to have surgery, and it was going to be remove the final lobe. I already had. I don't know if you can see the little. I said I have so many scars. I asked for a surgeon that was like, I had insurance back then. I said I need a surgeon that can give me like a slit. I don't look like I'm trying to cut my head off. And he cut me right in like a crease, and you can't even see the scar. You can't even see it now. But I have my left nodule is already gone for my thyroid. And the right one has another large. It had a large retrosternal, so it's growing into my breastplate. This tumor, nodule, cyst, whatever. I don't know what they call it. and they were telling me that it was gagging me. I was miserable. I was like, I'm gonna die. I was at the ER. Like, y'all know those people that go to the ER, like ER. That was not. I do not operate that way. But I was like Monday at the ER, nothing getting done. The doctor didn't call me timely. I called to get the appointment for the endocrinology. I got the biopsy done. That came back. The biopsy it swole after the biopsy. I had to go back to the emergency room. It was a whole thing. They finally were like, we got to schedule you for surgery. I had to like save a bunch of money to get the surgery done, all these other things. And I talked to Carly. She was like, can I work with you? And I have the candle back there. I'll show it to y'all. This was a Reiki infused throat chakra with the blue throat chakra. I burnt the shit out of that thing. It's got essential oils. It's got crystals in it. It was a throat chakra crystal healing energy session. I'll show you my altar too. It's me. Hi. We did a session. She moved energy through. She told me that it was time for me to speak my truth, to say the things out loud, that my life was, if your life is already in this place, blow it up. Do what the fuck you got to do to make yourself say the things you need to say. And I said all the things I needed to say, not only I got it out of journals, to myself, to my spouse, to my family, to everybody. I realized that I was like so mad at my mom. And I was just holding it right there. I had to say it out loud. Like, I was like, I can't be mad at her. She's not here. I miss her. And I don't want to be mad at her. Like, I can't, it was a whole thing. And I was holding this energy and it was killing me. It was killing me slowly. Right. And, it was me. Yeah. Elizabeth Clark, it's both a blessing and a curse, but it's my thing that it seems to be pretty good at. Empathy is a huge superpower, but you have to learn to use it. You can go willy-nilly flinging shit around. It takes work to develop appropriately. It does. We have chosen this for lessons. Yeah, I feel that very deeply. It's both a blessing and a curse, right? It's my thing. Seem pretty good at it. Here's the thing, though. How much empathy do we give ourselves, right? Empathy is a good superpower, but also, like Heather said, that was my kryptonite. I've been moving so much energy that I've just been pushing. I've been taking everybody else's on. I've been taking everybody else. You don't know how many times in the recent past that I have been in your energy, just wishing you peace. You are doing it and making it, and I'm proud and happy for you. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm getting my feet under me. I'm learning all the things. I'm trying to learn. We're always a work in progress. It's never a stopping thing. But today was like an out loud journal for y'all, right? Out loud journal, all the things that I get out of my head. I do want to talk today before we get done because we're at 45 minutes almost, right? I want to ask you, and I tell y'all, I want to show y'all. So this morning I came in and I was like, I couldn't find this journal. I've not been able to find this journal specifically. And this is my magic journal. And I need to write some stuff in this journal. I need to find this journal. Now, and looking for this journal in my Dora the Explorer backpack, my backpack, which is also a little like Hermione Granger's like never-ending bag. I just want to show y'all. I want to show y'all how important journaling is. And I want you to guess. I want you to guess how many journals I pulled out of that backpack, not counting this one. Not counting this one, how many journals do you think I pulled out of that backpack today that I need to go through? I want y'all to answer that question for me while I come over here. I also want to say the 6. Somebody said 6. I got a 6 as the first guess. Anybody got a different number than 6? We got 6 on the board right now. Anybody else got another number? Yesterday we went to Alliance Fitness with the Grateful Fed Catering. I did Fitness Fortunes. Took 3 decks with me, and I was like, pick a deck, any deck. These cards, nobody picked this deck. Not one person picked this deck. They all picked the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck or the Wisdom of Babylon. And everyone said, wow, you called me out. I was like, wow, I haven't read cards in a while. Somebody else says 13. So it's hang on. Oh, wait. 8. Whose guess is this? Who guessed 6 and who guessed 13? I see Sheila guessed 8. 6 from Facebook user, 13 from Facebook user, 8 from Sheila. So who is our 6th guess? Who guessed 6? Who guessed 6 first? Heather Johns, I had 6. Girl, you are your intuition is on point today. This is what I pulled out of my my super kind journal, and this is my journal when I get these big ideas like Jawaska and boundaries and blazing A's. When I'm getting like downloads, these are my channeled message. This is my channeled message, my crystal when I do card reads, all this kind of stuff. This is more of my like technical journal for like woo woo. When I'm like finding new thoughts and new like what everybody in my house calls my conspiracy theory. So that's one. Don't be like the rest of them, darling. This is just my like vent journal. Like my name is Tammy and I am married. I was like it was a thing about like introduce you to your journal kind of thing. This has been from 21. These are the ones when I get like nobody needs to see this, right? Lots and lots of things in this one. So this is number 2, and then don't let them. These are just notebooks, all the things, y'all. Journals don't have to be fancy. I have 6 card computer. That's funny. So that's 2. This is the 3rd one. This is a lot of Grateful Fed kind of stuff in here. This is a lot of notes and stuff too. So this is where I put all the little things down, like a little to-do list. This is kind of like, if I can write it, it's fine. I don't care anything in there, right? This is the notes. I had that as a notes journal. So that's 1, 2, 3. This is my good vibes journal. This is one that I used to, it was smaller so I could keep it. This is a lot of like people's information, just sacral things that come in, just regular weird stuff. Any and every little weird thing can go in here. So this is my little baby good vibes journal when I needed something to write with. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. No worries journal. This is the one I just started working in. These I started on 6/24. So I've got about a month in this one. We're about halfway done with this one. This is my no worries journal, just to kind of get things out of my head. That's 5. And then Tammy's Ideas and Business Journal 2023. And this one is almost done. Yeah, this is almost done. It's about halfway through as well. It starts right here, all this stuff in here. So this has got my Reiki stuff. This has got all kinds of random stuff in there. So that's 6 journals there. I probably got 4 more at the house under a table somewhere. And then this one is my little magic journal. When I tell you this is the magic journal, I have not been able to find this. And I will go in here and I'm like, okay, what is already, I start highlighting things that have come true. I'm going to show you, it's Courtesy Ideas Journal. This is the opening. I just started scribbling in it. I was a lot like Sheila. I was like, I don't know what to write in a journal. I was like, I get high. I get like, smoke. And then I opened this up and I started writing. And the first thing I wrote down was, hang on. Funny that you say that, because if you count that as journals, those are everywhere. And we've already cleaned out 3 or 4 of those. Some of those little sticky note piles, and you'll see that's my sticky note journal. Right over there in the corner there, that little green with a green pin on top of it. That is my sticky note journal. So I've got those as well. So don't get wrong with that. But the first thing I wrote in this journal, it said, don't talk about it, be about it. And I wrote blue and green tie-dye, heal thyself, can't pour from empty cup, hometown hippie, homegrown, handpicked, and homemade. And I wrote that down, and then I started doing the peace sign, because I was going to do like a peace sign with my original thing, like a plate with a peace sign that looked like, cooking stuff. And then on the back, I just started, out of my head, I was like, what is my soul's purpose is what I wrote down. And what I asked when I started writing in there. And it said, baked good, tinctures, soda, apron, stickers, candy, dressing, sauces and condiments, special event catering, bulk food pickup, the joint, Zenden gift area, the Waken Bakery. Um, we wanted to carry some meat, some veg, some dairy for people. Um, and I even put down Hometown Hippie LLC, and I literally have Hometown Hippie LLC. Grateful Fed started. Let's see, when did the Grateful Fed pop in? So this is over here, and I said, what do I want? And I said, what do I want? What is my soul's purpose? And I asked the universe that, right? I want to show y'all what I wrote. Let me cover that. That's a person's name who does a lot of organic stuff. Organic farm to table food truck. Organic farm to table food truck, 11 to 7 Monday through Saturday, Sunday 12 to 3, which is not going to be our hours. It's too much time. Hometown Hippie, looking for a truck. I put down the equipment that I wanted in my food truck. A flat top griddle, I have that. A fryer, I have that. A refrigerator, I have that. A warm box, I have that. I don't have a broiler, but I do have a thing. I don't have a salamander. Blackboard menu. Y'all, it's just, I'm telling you. And I looked it up. This is in 2019, or actually January 2020 when I wrote this. And I started looking online to see who were cart builders. That is who built my cart. I found that guy in 2020. I found that person, right? I don't know. I will figure that out for y'all. I'm letting y'all know, like, this is the stuff that you need to do for yourself. Okay. This is Melanie. Okay, Melanie. What I was going to say is this, right? When I tell y'all journaling, and I tell y'all that don't look at anybody else's journey, you need to look at your journey and your path. This is about standing in your power. It's about comparison being the thief of joy. It is about each and every one of you who have been with us on this journey. It is time to take the next step forward. It is time for the Grateful Fed family. It is time for the community to evolve, for us to move up. We're shaking, right? Can I get a hell yeah, hallelujah? I'm going for the ride. Like, I'm ready to move up. Like, something. What do we want to put in the comments, right? What do we want to put in the comments, maybe, right? Straight to the top, right? We're all moving up. We're moving up. Y'all come up with something and surprise me. Now, the one thing that I have not been able to do yet, to like plan and make it mine, is a cannabis retreat. And the cannabis retreat is something I've had in here. And these are like the classes that I'm thinking of doing. So my plan is this. This is the next piece of the puzzle to add to everything. It's our retreat space. And I'm going to encourage each and every one of you who are ready to, heck yes, get in and drive it like you stole it, bitches. We are smart, strong, powerful. We are, right? It is time for us to all find out who we are. Now, I'm going to encourage each and every one of you. And I know that this sounds like a shameless plug. I swear I know it does. There is so much intentionality to help you find your soul's purpose and to stand in the power of your of that, like that fire, and that like, I know who I am. We built on the I am, the LAM from the root chakra. We worked on that energy series. The LAM, I am powerful. I am loved. I am this. I am that, right? And now it is time to jump to the solar plexus. And we're working with that yellow energy, that fire energy. And it is to help you find your soul's purpose. That box will come with a Zoom link. We'll send that out at the end of the month for everybody who got that box, to be able to come to the group healing session for the solar plexus to help you kind of develop what your soul's purpose is. And then somebody will win a 5-card draw from us. Just knowing is not enough. You must do. And, that's the thing, right? And so the idea of the soul's purpose and the solar plexus and the yellow energy and all of that, so is to help you to unlock that, right? To help you stop being afraid of saying what it is that you as an individual human person wants. I'm not asking you what you want, what's best for your family, what's best for your people that you work with, what's best for your spouse, what's best for I'm asking you individually, each and every one of you, what do you want to do for you? What is the thing that is your soul's purpose? And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not something that you have to, I tell people all the time, like, my soul's purpose is my soul's purpose. That's not somebody else's. This wasn't a conference call, right? It was my soul's purpose and the things that I want to do. Now, here are some things I'm going to say, some things that I'm doing. And if you want to do you first, right? Because it's the same thing. When you're on an airplane, how many people have flown before? I've flown before. I've not flown before. Yes or no? Yes or no? Have you flown in an airplane before? Yes or no? Have you taken a flight anywhere? I'm going to see if I can pull this without this being like noticeable. I think I can. Ooh, yes. The way the camera sets, I can 100% do what I'm getting ready to do because I need to do it. Nope. Yes. Okay. So for those of you who have flown, and I know a lot of you have, and I know some of you haven't, okay, when you get on an airplane, one of the things that they talk to you about is what to do in case there is an emergency in the flight, okay? They're like, okay, you're on an airplane, you're in your seats, here's how you do your buckles, here's where the exits are, and in case of an emergency, an oxygen mask will fall out from the head, the spot in front of you. It doesn't matter who you're with. It is your responsibility to put your oxygen on and to secure it before you try to help anybody else. Because if you pass out from not being able to breathe, you can't help your kids, you can't help your spouse, you can't help your mom, you can't help your dad, you can't help your sister, you can't help your brother, you can't help your friend, because if you're dead, you can't do shit for anybody else, right? But how many of us walk through this planet giving everything we've got to somebody else and not taking care of our oxygen first? This box, the solar plexus work, I'd probably have a panic attack before they finish explaining that stuff. She's like, don't talk. We're trying to figure this shit out. Don't let me die on this plane. It's okay. Because people who have panic attacks, that's what the person sitting next to them is supposed to see. See that? You can't help them with that panic attack if you're also not being able to catch your breath. So what I'm saying to you all is, when you are being told by somebody like me or somebody else you watch or your friend or whatever who says you got to take care of you before you take care of everybody else, it is the God's honest truth. I am more able to help every single one of you because I've taken care of me. When I pour into me, how much better am I as your Tamunity, mayor or whatever the fuck y'all want to call me, right? How much better am I to Grace and to Selena and to Mel and everybody else that works here whenever I am on point and not frustrated and giving them succinct things? How much better of a wife am I when I'm well rested and I am being a clear communicator and I'm taking care of myself? How much better can I operate in that relationship? How much better of a sister am I when I'm in flow and can give my sister, I can show her how I live my life, right? How much better of a stepmom or a mom am I to my stepchildren or to Evan and stuff, or a grandma or whatever, whenever I'm taking care of me, right? So when you hear people say like self-love isn't selfish, it is not. It is the most selfless thing that you can do. Because people, the programming is the do, fuck everybody. You got to take care of everybody else. You're selfish if you look at yourself. It is not, because I can't help you if I am not able to help me. I have to help me first. And that's who I have to take care of first. It's your responsibility to take care of you. I can't do shit for Heather. I can't do shit for Sheila. I can't do shit for Melanie if I ain't shit myself. Right? That's pouring from an empty cup. That is pouring nothing into nothing. What are you helping? Misery loves company. And that's where the world has lived for a little while. Misery loves company. So here's what I'm going to tell each and every one of you. Today, in this moment, all the things I have talked about, all the little pieces and parts have been to say this, right? You have the decision to make. Whether you can or you can't, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are exactly right. Where your mind goes, your energy flows. You decide your outcome in every single aspect. You might not be able to control the nail that you ran over in the road that flattened your tire, but you can certainly control how you handle that happening. Do you throw a fit and get pissed off at the world? You say, hey, better that happened to me than a 90-year-old guy who has no way to change a car and could have been in the middle of the road and got hit. The universe never makes a mistake. God does not make mistakes. You're not a mistake. Oh my God, yes. Big true facts. I've learned this lesson, so glad I finally did. Not always great at it all the time, but I do try I do try not because I see it and you know it now. I'm trying not to listen to kids about it. Yes. You have to, right? Let's see here. That's the biggest struggle, but you got to keep working at it. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. One of the veterinarians I worked for over the years told me in reference to my bipolar, when you're really on, sometimes it be like that. But you know what I'm saying? Get off the hamster wheel and actually get somewhere, right? But still, here's the thing: like the trauma and that is not that is not our fault. The trauma is not our fault, but the healing from any of it is our fault. Right? It is our fault. And here's the thing, like bipolar, I'm going to use that because I've never been diagnosed bipolar. I've never, ever been diagnosed bipolar, but I've had so many people say to me, oh, you're on a manic upswing. I hate to see the other side of that. I'm like, here's the thing. I control that. Even when the chemicals in my brain are not working well, when I'm feeling well, I'm like, okay, what can I do, right? Whenever I'm having that, because I go from here to here a lot of times. And I know that that's not, people think bipolar is just these big, it's not. I know what bipolar, I know the rules and all that of it, but I have mood swings, right? And people will all the time, I get really frustrated, like, oh, you're bipolar. Like, stop using that language. Or people who are definitely diagnosed with that chemical imbalance. But what I started doing recently, all of a sudden, I struggle. I have meltdowns when stuff hits me, and I just hit a minute to like get it out. And so I talk everything out loud. So if you ever work with me or you've ever been around me in a lot, like in a really for an extended period of time, maybe I'm not saying like a day, I'm saying like a month or so, right? Time, all the time, like, in here day in and day out. And I know Sheila has worked with me and she's here. I don't know if anybody else that's worked here is online tonight. All the girls are on vacation, so I don't think they are. But I will be in my office and I will say out loud, I need da 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 da. Like, I need to get onions, oranges, and I will say, I need this, I need that, I need this. Now, when I first started working with people, I would start like, oh, let's do this. And everyone would stop what they were doing and pivot. I'm like, no, what are y'all doing? Like you said, I was like, no. I'm sorry. I didn't realize, because I was by myself working for so long. Those were my cues. Like, if I had to say it out loud, was the way that I understood it, right? It was for me. I didn't mean like for you to stop. I didn't mean for you to stop doing what you're doing and go get that for me right this moment. Like, I was in here one day and I had like a half a drink left. I'm like, I need a soda. I need this. I need that. And like 15 minutes later, Mel comes back in the office with like a tray of all the things that I needed. And I was like, what is that? And I was like, you said you needed all these things. And I was like, I appreciate you. I just meant this is the things I need to do. I need to say it out loud. So I've had to tell people, and like new people, it's funny because we'll be in the kitchen and we're doing stuff. And Selena and Grace, and we're talking. They're like, I gotta do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. They're like, yep. And they just keep going. And the new people are like, do you need us to do? What do you need us to do? They're like, they didn't even stop. Like Tammy's she's like, no, she's just talking out loud. It took some getting used to. Because Sheila would stop and pivot. Silly, she's like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I told you what to do. But then you said this. I'm like, but I didn't say that. I didn't realize. Like, I Well, take full accountability for that, right? That's where we could have fought about it, right? We could have had arguments about it. And there were times when, because Sheila's my age, it's not like Sheila sees me as some grown person, like, older, wiser kind of thing. She like, Tammy, this is some bullshit. Like, she gave it back to me, and I appreciated the hell out of that. Other times I'm like, just give me a minute. This is how I operate, and I'm learning that, right? Red and I were talking the other night, and I'm gonna tell y'all, is accountability and all the things, is that I'm a terrible, I am the worst boss you will ever have. And I will own that. And Red says, you are a fucking awful, terrible, no good, terrible boss. I'm going to, we talked about our superpowers, right? I am a phenomenal, and I'm going to stand up and say it. And my little dropping hearts and blessing hearts. I am, my Superman pose, I am a phenomenal leader of a team. I want everyone to be empowered. I want everyone to understand the why. I want everyone to know that they are supported and appreciated, and that we are going to lead, and we're going to plan, and we're going to go forward. Here's what the plan is. I am very bad at execution. I am very good at leading self and bossing me because I know how I want it done, but I am terrible at just bossing people. I'm bossy, but I don't like to be the boss. Like, what do y'all think? Whereas, like, it's not about, people need to know what they're required to do. You can't do that with everything with a business. I'm working on being a better boss. Now, here's what I've done. I've hired people to do that. My sister is my angel, and my cousin Angie is my devil. And I need them to sit on both shoulders. I'm like, I need you to be the bitch. I need you to be kind. And I need y'all to work that out together and deal with the HR part of it. And I will keep everything else rock. I will sell all the things. I will have all the ideas. I will source it all. I will put it all together. I will make it happen and make it beautiful. But I need y'all to like do all the P's and Q's, right? But with the bipolar, what I did was when I had those really high highs, like I'd be on this thing, and then I'd have this moment, and things, I just get overwhelmed, right? I got very overwhelmed the last couple of months. What helped me was making a plan when I was really on. So when I was really off, that I could go to that place. I knew I could go to this place where I wrote myself a note that said, hey, this too shall pass. This is no one else talking shit to you. This is you knowing. This is Tammy or Elizabeth, right? Elizabeth Clark. Make yourself a video on your phone. And I have videos on my phone that are me, like, those movies like Total Recall and stuff where like they get their memories wiped and they go find, like, a buddy finds them and pulls them into a room. It's like, watch this video. And it's like the person talk, hello, John Connor, this is you. You have to know what to do. And they're like, oh my God, that is me telling me what to do. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Can I get a hell yeah? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Like that kind of thing. When you struggle with that mental health, you will listen to you. Sometimes we completely lose track, right? When we're really off, that we were ever really on. And we're in that place of desperation, and our brain does not remember the joy. The brain and the hormones or the chemicals don't allow us to even remember that we had this beautiful life, and it's just a temporary hiccup in whatever's happening. We're just out of flow for a second. Write down a list of things that bring you joy and to get you from being sad. Have yourself like a doom box for depression, like a depression box. Like, this is like Elizabeth's depression box, Sheila's depression box, Tammy's depression box. And when you're not on, you go and you give it to a friend, or you put it somewhere, you have a couple of them, and you're like, this is the thing to give me when I need to break in case of an emergency. You have all the things in there. Maybe you go out and you spend some money and you buy yourself like your favorite treat to put in there. You like, remember, you love this, and this is the things that make you happy. And these are like maybe your reasons why. Like, in the top of the box, put pictures of all the people that you love and you don't want to let down. In the middle of that picture, put a picture of yourself smiling, because number one person you don't want to hurt is yourself. Right? So those are ways, even whenever you are struggling with like mental health issues, where, you can't say, well, I was good for a little while and back in my bullshit. That gets old. And I don't care if it's mental health or not, you still have a responsibility to grow through it, right? The highs get higher, the lows get less low. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of even yourself out. Like the highs get less high, you kind of like even yourself out. It is still our responsibility to be responsible for that. It's not anything that we use to blame is an excuse and keeps us in victim mentality. And it's not about like, I don't care if you want to be a victim. That's your responsibility. If you want to be a victim or y'all want to live in that for the rest of y'all's life, that is your thing to do. But I really, truly believe that if you're here in this community or community or whatever the fuck you want to call it, if you're here listening to this today, right? If you are here and you're showing up for this, you know, we talk about the journal. Where's the magic journal at, right? And this has been a big thing. This is going to be probably one of my TAM talks. I'd love to start doing that, and I'm going to find it right here because I developed. It was actually when I closed it and opened back up. You can never be who you want to be. Believing, you know, here's living in purpose and defining your happiness. How do you achieve happily ever after if you can't tell me what it is? Be your own Prince Charming. Rescue yourself, right? Until you stop blaming others for how you are, you can never become who you want to be. I wrote this forever, right? I keep bubble solutions since I got out of the hospital. Blowing the bubbles causes me to control my breathing, gives me eye candy to focus on at the same time. I love that. I love that. Writing yourself a note, right? Write yourself a note. Say, hey, you put affirmations around your house. It's like I had written this thing up, and I was like, you have to decide that you deserve to define, design, and deliver. The D is in the D program. And it was doubt, depression. So the other side of the decide, deserve, define, design, deliver was doubt, depression, dependency, and disappointment. This makes you work on who you are, right? So this is all about defining the life that you want. And this is what this self-love box is about. It's about defining what it is that you want from you. What does it look like? What does your perfect life look like? I don't want you to think about what anybody else. Well, I would love to do this, but my kids would never move to Florida. Right? Anybody here ever like, I know what I want for me, but I can't because my kids don't go along with it. I can't because my spouse doesn't want to go along with it. I can't because my parents don't want to go along with it. I'm not asking what your fucking kids want. I'm not asking what your partner wants. I'm not asking what your parents want. I'm not asking what your grandkids want. I'm asking you to decide, define, design, and deliver on the life that you want. And the Munchie of the Month box is meant to help you stand in that power and do it. That was the intentionality of that. Every month, these are the things that I make hands on. I'm going to be honest. My role in the business has changed. That's probably why I felt a little weird about things, right? Selena is a level 2 Reiki healer. Selena and I cooperate on the edible piece of it with the new inventions, all of that. I told y'all this is a very important thing, so I'm glad some of y'all stuck around for it. And I need y'all to remember this. I'm going to say this here for y'all first. That I'm going to need some like time with my brand ambassadors to help get this message out. We do everything for a quarter, right? And we are now in July, August, September. At the end of this quarter, and if we don't do it by the end of this quarter, definitely by January of 2024, because of the way the things are changing and moving in the state, and because of the amount of by January 2024, the website will be password protected, and we're going to be closing the membership. So if you are not already ordering, if you are not already a part of us, you are not going to be able to until someone chooses to give up their spot. There are going to be, so January 2024, we are going to be offering 200 spots online. So everybody's fine through January. We are playing it by ear. I can't take any more healing clients on physically without adding some help. But our plan is to really be individual with people on their journey. We're really going to be making things specifically for our healing clients, like specifically for you. You can commission your batches and things like that. Things are going to be changing with this side of the business. I said it out loud. I have been, I'm going to tell you this also. There are some people in our community who I believe there's abundance for everyone. But if anyone contacts you unless it is me, I will give you the list of like authorized people, right? But unless it is Hometown Hippie, and I want you to ask that question about the edibles and the things, right? There are a lot of people out there who don't understand what our purpose is. They think that we're just out here just doing our thing, right? And they don't think that, and I get it. You can go on the YouTube, y'all, and you can 100% go on YouTube and you can learn and you can study and you can do the things to make it's cooking. It's a recipe. There's a 6,001 recipes out there in the world for what I do. There are for edibles, for baked goods, for all the things. We believe that we do something special. We really do believe that we do something special here. But not everybody wants the stuff that we have. But I'm going to tell you that we are going to be streamlining. I've been saying that we've been adding stuff, but I am working on a lot of projects on the back end. Number one, I believe that the first cookbook that I'm going to get out is probably going to be available by Christmas time. So if you are in the community, you can actually, Heather, you can actually buy the Hometown Hippie cookbook. I'm going to try to get if anybody out there has any kind of writing or publishing or any of that, I need help with this. I'm struggling getting it all together. And I want to put together a cookbook with some like talking in between it about the energy and the whole power of one and all the things we're doing. A lot of people, and we're going to do some videos. We have our own private YouTube channel, which will be password protected. If you're in the membership, the total membership package will give you, because you're already in there, a lot of you are going to get the new YouTube channel, the cooking YouTube channel, a lot of stuff, right? A lot of things we've talked about happening. But there's some people who I was very surprised by, people who we thought were affiliates that really aren't. So I just blocked those people. I don't love them any less, right? But if they are affecting my energy, it's a boundary I have to set. So if you come to work for me moving forward, if you're coming to work on that side of the house, you have to sign a non-compete clause and you have to sign intellectual property, because we do some things here that they don't do everywhere else. There's some parts of our stuff that we don't show. There's some secret recipe stuff. I understand that. Enjoy your meeting. So that is, we've been on for a while. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to keep y'all this late. But there's some things that have been surprising to me. So what I did was I just removed that stuff from my peripheral, right? I'm like, if I don't see it, I don't have to worry about it. They can do and say whatever they want to. I'm looking for like someone who has publishing connections. Like I've got the writing stuff. I've got all that in a Google form. I need to take it from like my written form into like a published format. Like how do I turn what I've written into a book? Like how do I get this piece into a book format? Like how do I do that? And I think I'm just going to, and I appreciate it. If you want to come help, I'll take all the help I can get. Podcast is kicking back off. We're going to do that as a live stream podcast on YouTube. We're going to do that. We're going to go and we're going to have people on. We're going to have a day that we do podcast. You can come be a part of it, like a live, like interactive podcast. I'm still working on the details of all of that. We'll have some online comments and stuff. It'll be on the YouTube channel. But because of my role changing, there's some insecurity that goes along with that. I am going to ask y'all that if anybody contacts you, if you're in this group and someone else in this group contacts you to sell you any of the things that we carry, I would love for y'all to let me know that, because I have a feeling that it's happening and nobody's telling me about it behind my back. There's some things that are going down that I'm a little My intuition says be cautious of it. And I did last night. I sat down, and those are the people who want to ride on someone else's coattails. They won't succeed unless they do the work, and they're doing the work. I think that they're working. I believe that I just don't. They're not doing this work, right? They're doing different kind of work, and that's fine. Everybody has their own relationship with the plant, and there are tons and tons and tons and tons of people who do what I do. They buy magic butter machines, they buy Levos, they grow, they do their thing. Go do that thing. Just don't come into our community and pretend like you want to be an integral part of our community, and then try to go over there and do the things behind the back and all that. I would have, we could have collaborated if you would have tried, but it was like, I get it. You want to be the boss of your own thing, but do not get into our group people and all the things like that is. And that's the thing, is like, y'all can shop wherever you want to. I just don't think it's fair for people to come into our group and to message people because they met them here and they know that this is a group. And it's a lot of people we get like, there's room for everyone. Don't trample on anyone in the process. And it's just more about like, don't come into our group to negotiate members. There's people who have done it. I've had people send me screenshots, and a lot of them are like, hacked accounts and all of that stuff, but I don't know how to get those accounts out of the group until somebody tells me, right? No. It's about like people who are coming in and like messaging people with like, it's like fake accounts in our group or real accounts out of like different areas in our group who are trying to ship to people and stuff like, hey, I'll give you this for this. And then there's people who got robbed by that because they told them they'd give them a deal. And I'm like, well, I looked at the message. I'm like, first of all, this looks like spam. You just fell for a thing. Well, they said they knew you. I'm like, they're in the group. And I'm like, but why did you know that's not how we do things, right? So the group, unless you are invited by a group member, you cannot get into our private group. You have to be part of our private community. So if you have a friend, you have to add them, invite them by you, tell them to answer the questions. If you have people, you have to invite them. Don't tell them to add themselves. You as a member have to hit invite and invite your friend. If they are not invited by a current member, we are declining them. Unless there's somebody that come in here, I talk to them, I show them the stuff, they do it from like the QR code. I need y'all to remember to add them to the private Facebook group. You have to know a member. I might put like, who do you know in this group? That way, if they do add, they can let us know. You're setting boundaries, what's best for yourself and everyone involved. Everyone is generous. Yep. Yeah, it is. And I just stopped looking at those people. Like, I took the people who I know are doing the things because they come to me and they tell me, they're like, hey, I'm going to do this. Or I see it on their personal page, like, we're bringing someone on to do edibles or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, really? I was like, that's interesting. It's really interesting. So let me go ahead and take care of that then, right? Let me go ahead and just remove that from our peripheral. And we have. So I just deleted it and blocked it and kept it moving. And it's like, I'm not going to let it stress me out. Everything is working like it's supposed to. Now, the 21st of July is a Friday night. If you are a local artisan, a local farmer, or just a community member, I hope that you will come out and eat with us that night, that you will come eat with the food truck. We're going to have some specials that night. We're going to have our first buy, barter, share market. It's going to be phenomenal. And I hope to see y'all all there. Now, we're going to go ahead and pull our crystal card for the week because I know it's getting late. I know it's going to be a long one today. If my brand ambassadors are free, when we get off of this live, I would love to invite y'all to a Zoom. I'm going to drop it the brand ambassador link. We're going to make a social media plan. Couple of things. I don't even have my phone today, so I was going to tell y'all. My phone, I left it at home by accident. I thought it was in my backpack. I got in the car. I was driving on the road. My iPad is in my car, so hooked to my iPad, not my phone. And I got here and I don't have my phone. Red's traveling. He is heading to pick up those things that are out of stock. So sorry. I have to, for my own sanity, step away from social media a little bit. I am going to talk to my brand ambassadors about what that looks like. I still want to know what's happening. So what I have done, just to keep my, okay. When you shine bright, there are a lot of people who want to talk trash, and there's a lot of negativity pops up in the world. My need to want to feel connected to each and every one of you. My need to want to be connected to everyone and to know what's happening, to feel the world's energy out. Universe, source, God said to me, you have to put the blinders on for a little while. There's a lot of good things that I'm getting ready to do. We are doing private chef services. We are doing meal prepping. We are doing connection with local farm to table farmers. Here's the reason. The part of this that is so important to me is to help each and every person get out of those big box grocery stores. While we were looking at the submarine that blew up under the ocean, they passed a law that allowed them to make lab-created meat to sell to us. I am not eating lab-created meat. I do not want that. There's no lab-created meat that is going to be on our food truck. We are creating food plans for people to be able to handle all of your grocery needs for the week. No food waste. Everything that you need to eat for the week, whole, organic, local, all of that stuff. We're putting it together. We're making it make sense in a way that protects everybody, because the government wants to ensure that there's so many regulations on that if I touch it, it puts me at such liability for it. It's so frustrating to me. I am taking a risk. I take so many risks for my community. Like I'll personally be on the hook for, like, they need to have the right things. But we have found a way to be able to have your kids' lunches packed for a week. Bring me the boxes. There's no waste that way, right? There's ways to pack your lunches. And I'm going to do this journey with every single person. I'm detoxing my body. I got a little coffee today, but I am flushing and I'm doing a detox. I'm getting the chemicals out of my house. This, right, is the reason I love getting all the things. I am done buying lettuce bag on Monday to have a salad on Tuesday, opening the salad bag on Tuesday and it being nothing but water and rotten food. I spent $5 on that. How do they keep us in poverty? How do they keep us controlled? That's the way they keep us controlled. I can't take that back to Walmart. Like, this is gross. She sold it to me yesterday. How do you keep doing that? Because you know what we do? We throw it away. We go buy another one. We throw that one away. Then we go buy lettuce. Y'all, they are slowly killing us with the shit they're letting us put into our bodies. And now they're going to try to give us lab-created meat. Allow the Grateful Fed. There's purchasing power in bulk. We have an entire cow coming. It went to the butcher yesterday. A grass-fed organic cow. It is expensive for us to get the whole thing, but we are going to be able to help you to have whole organic meat. Also, FYI, the menu is completely done and priced. It is done and priced. So this menu will be the menu that we're opening with on the 19th, 20th, or the 19th and 21st. We will also have some specials next week. We're doing a soft opening. But the social media thing I'm stepping away from, not in a bad way. I still do my lives and all of that. I love this piece of it, but it's the scrolling piece that's for me. So I am honestly giving my phone away. Someone will be handling. Ooh, that's interesting. That popped right out. That's going to be our card tonight. That just came right out. Interesting. Yep. Hematite, y'all. And it's funny that I carry some with me everywhere I go. I think Heather John sent it to me, if I'm not mistaken. Hematite. Ground yourself. Ground yourself. That's our card today. Ground yourself. Hematite. Let's see what hematite has to say about that. Hematite, ground yourself. When was the last time you walked barefoot outside? Joining with the earth in this simple fashion can help you feel grounded and connected. Define what stability feels like for you so that you can create that sense of security for yourself. Even during the most turbulent of times, for most of us, self discovery is a lifelong endeavor, but stay true to your core values, to what makes you, you. This is how to become secure in your career, your home life, or any other aspect of your world, physical or spiritual, right? To be grounded is the first step. You have to ground, center, and protect. If anyone's in the My Mystical Life, you know that that is the first thing you learn. In anything that you do, the first thing you learn is to ground, center your energy, and protect your light. And that's kind of like putting on your oxygen mask before you can help others. You have to ground your energy, center yourself, and then protect your energy before you move out into the spiritual realm. It's the same thing in the physical world. Before I leave the house every day, I ground myself. I center myself. I put on my protection stones, my crystals, right? My all my stones, my diamonds, my crystals, all the things. And I say things like, I put these diamond earrings in my ear to protect my. I should hear what I should. Make sure I hear all the things that are to my highest and best, and that you protect me from all the things I don't need to know. Your ears to your throat. Make sure the same thing that I speak, that people can hear me and to people's highest and best, and don't let me say things that are not, that are, don't let me write checks with my mouth that my ass can't cash, right? This one is for wisdom. It's Metatron's wisdom. This is for giving me the wisdom that I need to operate in the world. This is to give me the abundance of all things, love, gives me abundance of money, gives me the abundance of patience. It's abundance. And then this is my heart. See the hearts, all the hearts around that, all the chakras, chakras. That is to make sure that I operate in this world from a heart space, being kind and caring to everyone around me. And that's what I do. And that's how I go out into the world. This is my protection bubble. Normally I put my face on too. My makeup is my protection. But it's important, right? Ground, center, and protect. Sorry. So consider what self-care methods would help support a foundation so that you can devote energy to other areas of your life. You can have roots and still fly, right? You can have the roots of grounding and still fly high. The core questions today with hematite are: has something rocked your foundation? Do you feel grounded? That is a very easy question to answer in a journal. Do I feel grounded? Has something rocked my world? Why am I off? Crystal action. Affirm today. Affirm this today in the comments. I am grounded and connected to the earth. Love that today. I am grounded and connected with the earth. Today, stand tall, close your eyes, and visualize yourself rooted to the ground. Okay? I love it. Hematite is our card today, y'all. Hematite. Get yourself grounded. Get in your journals today. If you are on my brand ambassador list, I will be sending you out a Zoom link. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to come back, set the Zoom link up. I'm going to add that in there. I'm going to jump in the Zoom link. It's 11:41 now. Let's go ahead and say we're going to Zoom at noon, talk about some things. I will still be ever present. Still tune in. If you've not done so, please, please, please go grab that Munchie of the Month box. Put on your calendar July 21st. We've got some big things happening. Our Uno tournament, our fun little milkshake bar. Get your friends added now. Let them know if they've been waiting. You do not want to wait, because if you do not get into the membership, into the group, if you have not been a prior client of mine, by the end of this year, that is going to be 100% shut down. I want y'all to know that's for the online. If you're not already a current healing client locally, if you have never come into the store and purchased anything, from me, from our side of the house, that is no longer available unless you are a member. You cannot come in the store and purchase it. Don't send your friends. You can buy it for them, but we're taking no new clients. We sell out too fast of everything. It has been crazy busy. We are protecting ourselves. We're closing down shop a little bit. My members online, you're straight right now. Order from the website, you're good. But walking in the door to come get a healing session, that ends unless you're already somebody that we work with. There's no new clients, no new walk-in clients. None. I don't care if you're 80 years old and need something, get some pain salve. You can. We're full. We are full up. We are also going to be, yeah, we're gonna be moving into a more you will be able to, if you want something special, you can get something special. There's going to probably be five to 10 at the most SKUs on the website. When we're moving into the next phase for Hometown Hippie, which is being picked up by brands, where we're going to be able to be a wholesale brand into dispensaries and things like that. We have to be able to, like, what is our one thing? And the amount of like clean room and precautions, it's very difficult to do more than one thing. We are thinking we're going to stick with, as y'all know, everybody does gummies in the entire world, and there's tons of great ones out there. We're not going to continue gummies once we move into the next phase. They melt when we ship them in the heat. Gummies are something that everybody does. Go do your gummies wherever you want to do your gummies. There's tons and tons of great gummies. What we are great at are baking intention into. Our cookies are really a huge, there's a lot of intentionality. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of good things that go into our baked goods. So the things that we make, like our 420 cookie, our love spells, our orange dreams, our ginger snaps, all those options, those are the things I think that we're really going to focus on. And that's what we're going to like be known for, like crumble of edibles kind of thing. So we're really working on a really nice, robust cookie kind of thing, like the cookie of, like the big cookie kind of thing. So that's what we're thinking. I'm still working on that. I just throw it out there for y'all's, shits and giggles kind of thing. I've been live a long time, and I need to go to the bathroom, and I need to go take a breath and ground myself with the bong hit too. I have not, I haven't had my medicine this morning. I appreciate y'all for sticking in this morning and listening. I'm back. You'll still see me on my wake and bakes on my lives, but my social media is going to be managed by someone else for a little while. I need to take a break from it. What I asked them to do was I asked them to they're going to be on my social media interacting with me. I asked them to give me I told them, I said, I'll do a 15-minute a day scroll, and I'm going to pick some things that I can comment and things like that on, but I'm going to give myself like a half-hour window on social media, and then I won't even have it in my hand. I have to, for my well-being, step away. I'm going through a big detox. I have some shadow work to do too. I don't do this without y'all. Like the health journey with the clean eating and all of that. I am going back to no gluten, no sugar, no soy, all of that. And as I do that, I'll be creating new recipes where I'm trying to do some more sauces and condiments and cooking oils to be able to use those things. That's what I'm saying, more robust for my members. Like, hey, you need to stop eating sugar. I know you like 420 cookies to keep your blood pressure down, right? But let's make you some olive oil, infuse it. You can use it with your protein stuff. Make yourself a grilled chicken salad, utilizing like an organic piece of chicken, the stuff we're using on it, the salt, the things that I'm creating right now, the honey, just like like a marinade for your chicken. It doesn't got any refined sugars in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're really getting into that next phase of like, we're different because we are different. And a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. But now that you understand it, it's time to take the bitter pill, because sometimes the sugar can also feed cancer, can also feed your ADHD, can also do this. We moved into like using all natural things to dye things, to get rid of the dyes. And now we need to move into, how do I make sure that I am doing what is to the highest and best of the community of the Grateful Fed family? And I feel like, I know that my brownies are delicious. I don't need them. You don't need them. Let's figure out a way to find something that's delicious in another way to give us that same medicine. I love y'all. I'm going to go jump to the bathroom. I'll be back later. Y'all, thank y'all for a great day. Thank you for everything you do. I look forward to seeing so many of you so soon. There's nothing more that I wish that we can get Heather here for our great opening, but I know there's a lot going on up there, so I know I can't, expect that. I would love to have her here, but it is what it is. We tried. We're 3 months late. We can't be mad. She came, for 3 months late. I'm gonna go out today and bless some hearts and drop some farts probably. But if you're thinking about somebody today, go out and check on them. And here's what I'm gonna tell you. Don't be afraid to take care of you first, because again, self-care and self-love is not selfish. It is honestly the most selfless thing that you can do. Stand in your power, know who you are, and be blessed. And as always, y'all, a little peace, a little love, and a little feast. Stay elevated. I'll see y'all soon.